Hi there for joining me. Today I'm going to share with you my top 10 items that help me stay warm in this northeast winter. These are some of the things are products, some are just things that I do that keeps me warm. I hope these ideas will also help to keep you stay warm and comfortable for the next few months. Of course, we know that in the winter we can always throw on a big coat, our beanies, our mittens. These are really nice and cozy things to keep us warm. But I do want to talk about our innerwears. I feel like these are really the unsung heroes of winter time, particularly the thermals. So here I have a set of thermals that I got from Uniqlo. These are they're in their heat tech line. You see, it's just a black thermal and set of black Thermos pants. So these are great because the difference between thermal and a long john is that the thermals are made with fabric technology where it's thin and light and really, it should be tight to the body, and most importantly, it wicks sweat. So when you wear long johns, say if you go indoor and outdoor, and the indoor place is really warm, you can start sweating. But the problem is those cotton long johns can really absorb sweat, and when you sweat, the cotton actually absorbs all that moisture, and along it takes away your body heat with it. So what you want is something like these thermals that wick sweat. You don't have to buy this brand. This is just my favorite, and I have a good several of them to help me through the winter. So these are really great. They wick moisture, so even if you're indoor and you're warm, you sweat a little bit, it does not absorb your sweat, and it just keeps you warm. Another thing is a Snood. Snood. It's the Snood is something I learned more recently, last couple of years. So it's basically like a cylinder type of scarf. It's not really an infinity scarf where it's like as long as a regular scarf. This is like small. This, you see how like this is kind of just like square. You put this over your head, and it covers up like up to my nose. And these Snoods are really great because you don't have a lot of fabric to manage, and it stays in place. And because it's the cylinder shape, it really prevents any wind from going in from any direction, and it comes up high, so there's really no penetration. So the Snood in the winter for me is a must. There are many kinds of Snoods. There are like, this one is a little bit loose. As you can see, it's quite wide. There are Snoods that are tighter, knitted Snoods, and those are really great for sports. This one I got is just really comfortable, and it has it's double layer. It has a knitted layer on the outside, and it has this fuzzy pile on the inside. So the fuzzy pile also helps to trap heat. I can wear this on any cold days, and it really keep my neck and shoulder, my face all warm and fuzzy all winter. So a Snood, I think it's really great. And again, it's so much easier because there's not so much fabric to manage. Once you put it on, it stays in place and just keeps you warm. The last apparel item that I want to mention are these. These are Uggs Insert. So you can actually buy the Uggs Insert online. I got these on Amazon a few years ago. I just started using them. But these are really great because the shoes outsourced sometimes are thin or they're rubber, they don't provide enough insulation. And the winter ground is actually very cold, and the coldness from the pavement or concrete can easily penetrate through the sole of the shoes. So these are just really wonderful. These are Uggs, so it's real sheep shearlings. I put it in my shoes, in my winter boots, and these they provide an extra layer between my feet and the ground, and they're very soft to walk on. And not to say the sheep shearlings are like amazing at trapping heat, so it really is super warm. Personally, I feel like if I keep my feet and my head warm, it tends to make my whole body feel warmer and more comfortable. But I had to buy my shoes one size larger in order to fit these insoles because they're so thick and so big. This is my shoe size, my normal size, but for my shoes I actually need to buy one size bigger in order to fit these insole. So just remember that. Another great thing is that I bought these for less than $10. This pair, I think it was around 10 or less than $10. But a pair of Ugg boots is easily like over $100. So I really feel like this is a great deal as well because you get the benefit of the Ugg shearlings but without having to pay that price tag. Now I want to talk about some appliances and just like products that help me stay warm. I don't know if you guys ever have this experience, but I tend to get really cold feet all day long throughout winter. It's like ice cold. But recently I've decided to invest in this product, this item. This is a foot soaking tub. So we got this from Kohl's. It's just a Homedics. You can get it from Kohl's or a lot of other different retailer. But this is an electric one. Of course, don't shock yourself. But this one, it has an electric coil inside, so it makes bubbles and it also heats up. So what you want to do is you put hot water in here and then you plug it in. Press a button, and so what I do with it is I just soak my feet in it for about 15 minutes before I go to bed, and then right after that I put on some fuzzy socks and go to bed right away. This way it really traps the heat in my feet. The Chinese culture, they have this practice of foot soaking for a long time, and I always thought this is for like old people, but really this is for anybody. I mean, if you often have cold feet and that prevents you from feeling comfortable, relaxed, or go to sleep like me, try the foot soaking tub. It doesn't have to be an electric one. You can go on Amazon or Asian supermarkets. They have just, plain old water buckets. If you just put some hot water in there and soak it for 10 minutes, it might really help you to fall asleep faster. Another item which I'll show here is an electric hot water pot. So this is probably in every Asian supermarket or every Asian household. These hot water pots, it has an electric coil. It heats up the water. You just put cold water in there. It boils the water and it keeps the water warm for you at a certain temperature, not at boil temperature, but it will drop the temperature a little bit and then it will keep that temperature, which is really important because like we have a 4-liter hot water pot. we can sip on hot beverages all day without having to go back to the stove, heat up a kettle and wait for it to cool and burnt my tea leaf. With this hot water pot, we can drink hot water or tea or hot beverage all day. It's really nice. If my husband and I are home and we start with a full pot, this 4-liter pot will last us pretty much a whole day. So it's wonderful. It's just hot water whenever you want it. Now, I can't talk about drinking hot beverages without talking about something to keep my beverage hot once it leaves a hot water pot. So previously I just used a regular ceramic hot water pot, but the problem is once I make the drink, a lot of times before I completely finish the drink, it's cold already. So I found this online, but I think you can find these in regular big box stores too, in those tumbler teacup sections or coffee mug sections. These are double layer vacuum sealed mugs. So it has a handle. This is something that I can drink at home. Previously I had thought about, oh, maybe I could just drink from my travel mug, you know, those insulated travel mug tumblers. But I really want something where I can just, you know, that has a handle. I can drink like a normal person. So I found these. These are just like the travel tumblers, but they are in a cup form and it has a holder and it has a lid. So a lot of the heat, as we know, the heat rises. So a lot of heat really escapes from the top. This is just a plastic lid that is sealed and it has a mouth opening right here. There's a mouth opening. So this can keep my drink warm for about a couple of hours. But because the lid is plastic and there's a mouth opening, it does kind of gets cool a lot faster than an outdoor travel hot water tumbler or coffee tumbler. But this is good enough for me because usually at home I can finish my drink in a couple of hours. So this is really, really great. It keeps my beverage hot for a long time. So my tea doesn't get cool. Very useful. Since I got this, I haven't gone a day without using this, especially in the winter time. Another product that's great for the winter are these hand warmers. You can get these really inexpensive from Walmart or Job Lot, places like that. You can buy them individually. They're usually maybe like $1 each, but you can buy these multi-pack. This is like $5 and there's like 8 of them in there, so it's better for your money. And inside here, like this smaller pack from the big pack has 2 actually. So this is really great. If you're outside a lot, if you decide to go out for your winter sport or go out for a winter walking around or I don't know, being outside for a more prolonged time, these are a must. These hand warmers, you can just put them in like different pockets. The way they activate is once you open the seal, it interacts with the air and it turns hot. And these actually stay hot for 8 hours. So if you just put some in your pocket or even just one that you can like hold onto your hand and rub it, it's such a winter necessity. It just keeps you warm. I mean, it's a warm hand warmer. It's inexpensive and it keeps warm all day. Besides products, I want to talk about things to do to keep warm. So one of the things that you can do, like we've discussed all along, is a lot of drinking. So making hot beverages really help to keep our body warm. But I want to mention about two ingredients that I think particularly are very beneficial in the winter time. One is ginger and one is chili peppers. So ginger in Chinese tradition is a food that has a warm property, and in scientific research they also find that not only ginger is very good for inflammation, it is also very warming. Like if you drink ginger tea, like lots of ginger, cook it into a tea, you drink it, it actually can increase your body temperature a little bit. In turn, that boosts your immune system, because we know that our internal body temperature is very effective at killing bacteria and germs. So drinking ginger tea is a really great way to boost that body temperature and keep you feeling warm, and also keep the germs out. Chili also has the same effect. It is deemed a hot food, spicy, hot. One way I would put chili in my drink is not to make a tea, but to make, if you make a hot chocolate, you might have heard of like Aztec hot chocolate, and that is just basically hot chocolate, and then you put a pinch of chili in there, and it gives a little bit of kick, and it's very similar to ginger. It helps to boost our immune system by increasing our body temperature. Also spicy food. Now we have to remember, in the winter time we want to eat spicy food for the purpose of warming up our body, not so spicy for a macho competition, like who is more macho to eat more spicy. We don't want the negative effect of spiciness, but the positive effect is just to make your food spicy enough for a little kick that really help to warm the body. So exercise is really important. I don't like to exercise. I am so lazy. I don't enjoy exercising, but I find that in the winter time, even like a 15-minute stretch, just doing a stretch routine or a very basic cardio routine, really help to make your blood circulation go better, move better, and blood circulation always help to warm up the body. The last item I want to mention is not a product that's warm, that really feels warm, that you can touch all the time, or a thing to do. Well, I guess it's a thing to do. It's burning candle. Personally, I find that scent has a very interesting effect. The scent can really trigger our sensory to feel something different. So like when we smell things like vanilla or pumpkin spice, cinnamon, these are, or like gingerbread too. These are things that as soon as we smell, it triggers this feeling of warmth, because these are typically things that we eat, we prepare for in the fall when the temperatures start dropping, and that kind of memory is linked to our sense of smell as well, you know, with food and these warm smelling things. This is a vanilla one. It just gives you that warm fuzzy feeling. It's not particularly adding temperature, but it makes you feel warm, makes us feel warm. So these are all the items that I want to share today. I hope it's helpful. And if you like it, please subscribe. If you have other ideas to keep warm, please share in the comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.